Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 33rd annual UNCF Detroit Virtual Walk program. I am Patrice Neal, the Area Development Director for the state of Michigan for UNCF. And I am thankful and glad that you guys have just decided to join us this morning for yet again another virtual live program to celebrate our Walk for Education. This morning, I want to just remind everyone why it is that we do this walk and raise funds for our 37 member institutions, our students. And we just want you to know that Michigan is important and it has had a significant impact on the mission of UNCF. Without our wonderful volunteers and sponsors, which I will definitely mention, we would not be able to do what we do. Here in Michigan, students are constantly they are benefiting from the work that we do here. And so I just want everyone to remember that UNCF may not have an institution here in Michigan, but we have many students who we support. And because of you, we are able to do that financially. I want to take this moment this morning to thank our sponsors of our Walk for Education for this year. We have to always remember that we do this to make sure that students not only get to college, but they get through college. And so without our sponsors, we wouldn't have been able to pull this off this year. We have to take the time to say thank you to Ford Motor Company, who is our presenting sponsor this year, for all of the support that they provide, for the financial support, for consistently and continuously participating with UNCF and making us a charity of choice. Ford Motor Company is our presenting sponsor, and we want to say thank you to you. AAA, the Auto Club Group, is a master sponsor this year, and without them supporting us, we would not be able to continue to pull this off in the fashion that we've been able to do. This year, for a second year in a row, Imagine Entertainment Movie Theater came in saying, let's see how we can support the students that UNCF provides financial support to, as well as the member institutions. So we say thank you to Imagine Entertainment once again. And our diehard Comerica Bank, who consistently stand up and say, just as their slogan says, Comerica cares, and they have cared for UNCF, the Michigan campaign, for many years. And also to Hinkle Corporation for being again another sponsor for us. I have to take this time as well to say thank you to the volunteers. Some say, how is that you're thanking volunteers and it's a virtual fundraiser? Well, it took a massive group of people behind the scenes at these sponsors companies. They solicited their friends. They put the messages on social media. They took the time to make sure that the word still got out, that UNCF is still around. And they took the time to request support financially, to request support just in marketing and letting people know about the mission of UNCF. And so for that, I say thank you. Those leads who took this charge and ran with it, once again, this year were our walk co-chairs. And I want to give each one of them an opportunity to have some remarks, to share why their company still supports UNCF, why they take it on as a personal endeavor. And the first person I want to introduce as a walk co-chair, it's his first time this year, but it's not his first time supporting this effort for UNCF. He's also our newly named Michigan Leadership Council Chair, and that is Howard Huey. He is the Director of Public Affairs for AAA, the Auto Club Group, Michigan. Howard.
Good morning, Patrice. And good morning, everybody. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for joining us today for this most important cause. On behalf of the UNCF Michigan community leadership, I would like to thank all of you who've taken time to participate in this year's virtual Walk for Education, and most importantly, for supporting the mission of building a robust pipeline of underrepresented students who become highly qualified college graduates. While this is the 33rd year of this annual effort, it's arguably one of its most critical. We are truly experiencing unprecedented challenges in providing equitable access to a college education to underserved students. And while we can be encouraged by the many strides we have made since the inception of this great organization and this event, we must also be prepared to meet the great challenge of building on that progress in support of our member institutions and our children far into the future. The UNCF has been a stable pillar of support for communities of color for more than 75 years and has been pivotal in helping Black students face and overcome the many challenges that come with obtaining a college education. In fact, to date, more than 500,000 students have degrees thanks to the UNCF. I know a lot of you know all these facts and stats, but it's important that we continue to repeat this and to educate our community about why this organization is so important and how it can continue to help us achieve. At AAA in Michigan, we have supported the UNCF Walk since its beginning. And despite the turbulent year that we've had in 2020, we must make sure that we continue that support. This year, we've done a great job of continuing that support, and we made sure that our support would not change in any way. I'm extremely proud to work for an organization and with colleagues who've rallied to support this cause. And I want to thank any of those who are watching. Thank you for everything you've done to get the word out across our organization about how important this initiative is. While proud of this achievement for this year and past years, I can tell you that our support at AAA will continue beyond today's event. And I encourage all of you watching to do the same. Support today's walk by posting images or encouraging words using the hashtags that you see at the bottom of our screen here. Please also encourage your friends, family members, and others to support the UNCF Michigan in its work to help our students of color achieve their highest aspirations by way of a college education. Thank you all again for your tuning in and for your support. And Patrice, I'll turn it over back to you.
Thank you, Howard, and thank you, AAA, for continuing to support us in what we do here in Michigan. The next co-chair who has been in this role since I believe we started having walk co-chairs, and that is Marvin Rushing, who is the Vice President Retail District Manager at Comerica Bank. Marvin.
Right. Good morning, and thank you, Patrice. Good morning. I'm Marvin Rushing, Vice President, Retail Bank District Manager for Comerica Bank. On behalf of my colleagues from Comerica Bank, I thank you for joining us today and supporting UNCF. Today marks the 33rd annual walk for UNCF, and Comerica is proud to have been a participant in each of those walks since its inception in the Fisher Building. Coincidentally, I currently join you from our new West Grand Boulevard and 3rd Street Banking Center, which sits in the shadows of the Fisher Building. Our dedicated Comerica team has raised over $22,000 for this year's walk, and we pledge to continue raising funds over the next 30 days. I really want to thank our team captains, our senior management and executive management for all their efforts to support this endeavor. We're here today because we recognize the importance and the value of a college education. Through our collective efforts, we're helping to ensure that UNCF can continue to support Michigan students who aspire to attend college and universities across the country. By your presence today, I know you all recognize the critical role education plays in the lives of our youth. Thank you for helping us create a brighter future for our youth. And on behalf of all the business owners, community partners, community organizations, it's our pledge to make certain we continue to support UNCF in its pursuit to give education to our youth. I would like to congratulate Patrice and the entire UNCF team family on your efforts to build brighter futures for our young men and women. So Patrice, I'd like to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Comerica. Thank you for continuing to support us over these years. The walk is now 33 years old. However, the Michigan office has been around 76 of the 77 years that UNCF has been in existence. And so the community has continued, Comerica Bank has continued to support us throughout this entire time that we have been in the state of Michigan. The next walk co-chair that I want to present to you, this is his first year. However, this is not his company's first year. The unique fact that I like to share constantly about this company is that not only have they been a part of the walk for 33 years. However, they were at the table when UNCF was founded 77 years ago, and that is General Motors Company. And Mark Purvine is our new co-chair for General Motors, and he's a manufacturing executive director at GM. And at this time, I want to present to you, Mark. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Patrice. Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity. Really just want to say it's been a great team effort on behalf of our GM team in the midst of another COVID restricted year. This really aligns with our company's vision to be the most inclusive company in the world. You know, our diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives are continuing to grow within our company. And the support of the UNCF is a key driver to establish DE&I investments in our young talent that hopefully will transition into opportunities within GM. The basis of inclusion is feeling valued. In order to drive a person to feel valued, they need to feel included. And UNCF provides opportunities to go to school and to get that chance. We have engaged leadership in several organizations within our company, and the support has been commendable. I want to thank our GM team that participated and donated. We are proud to work with UNCF, and we'll continue this great endeavor moving forward. Special shout out to our co-champions, because we had a new leadership team this year. Kareem Main, plant director in Parma, and Philip McWhorter, area manager in our Spring Hill stamping plant in Tennessee, have done a phenomenal job leading this campaign with establishing core teams throughout that have really engaged a different area within GM's, primarily in manufacturing. Also, our advisors, Derek Parsons and Kelly Williams, who were previous co-champions, who've done a phenomenal job leading our new team. We've raised over $300,000 so far, and we don't plan on stopping. So we plan to keep pushing. And thank you for the opportunity to work with UNCF on this great endeavor, and we will continue to keep the drive going. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, General Motors, again, for supporting us and what we do. The next walk co-chair, it works for a company as well that's been a part of UNCF since day one. And that's Frederick Tony. He is the president of Global Customer Service for Ford Motor Company, who is the reason why Ford is the presenting sponsor this year. He made a commitment last year that Ford would come back strong, and he kept his word. And I want to present to you Frederick Tony. Are you on, Frederick? You're on mute. Nope, we still can't hear you. We can see you though. Okay, so while Frederick we can come back to him. While he's working out the technical difficulties, I want to go ahead and point out, I think it was Mark who mentioned it. Yes, we're in a COVID situation still. And in the beginning last year, when we started this virtual part of the walk, or turn it over to a virtual platform, we were unsure as to how this would work. And last year, the first time trying it out, seeing what we would do, Michigan, the Detroit walk has been the #1 walk within the UNCF network for now, I believe we're in our 12th year. And I think we are the second oldest walk within UNCF. And so for that, I am proud because of what the community does and how they continue to support, not just with their time, but with their finances. And so last year, this time, when we stepped into this unknown world of a pandemic with COVID and not sure of how we would do this, we raised $427,000, which was remarkable. And so when I look at the numbers today, we had a goal of 500,000. And I did not have any doubt that we would meet that goal. However, I am pleasantly surprised that we have demolished that goal. And as of Thursday, the number we had reached was $622,426. That number has increased since Thursday. And so it is a tremendous honor to sit in the seat that I sit in this morning, knowing that we have set a goal, reach the goal, surpass the goal, and we will have a greater impact on many more students because of that. And for that, my hat is off to every company, to every donor, to every volunteer who took the message of UNCF and ran with it on our behalf. And so you owe your own selves a pat on the back and an applause for that. I want to thank you, producer Anthony Brown. These are our current totals in real time. We are now at $628,145. Again, amazing work. And I would not ever take credit for something that I cannot do by myself. And so for that, I am grateful to the state of Michigan, the volunteers across, not just Detroit, but in West Michigan, in Ann Arbor, in Flint. You guys have stepped up even across states. Thankfully, because of General Motors and Ford Motor Company, people have reached across states and pulled people in and said, we will support this walk here. You guys have did a phenomenal job. And so I want to see if Frederic was able to join us to give him an opportunity to speak. Are you there?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. Good morning, sir.
Hello.
How
it's so
are
good
you?
Well, in the age of virtual everything, I'm glad to get on. I just wanted to congratulate UNCF for another successful campaign, and it's my honor to lead Ford Motor Company and to be the presenting sponsor this year. We'll commit to do the same next year and ask others to join us as co-presenting sponsors. This is my 12th year of leading the effort at Ford. I'm so proud to be the executive champion for UNCF at Ford. And we couldn't do it without the extremely generous volunteers of time and energy from our collective team. Valencia Parker is our lead champion, and we have champions in each one of our functional organizations. Darth raised money from our OGC group, and he was the leader. And we had Lamar Jones, who did an outstanding job of marshaling the manufacturing organization. And we had several other organizers of each one of the functional groups that paid off. We again had our golf event that raised over $100,000, well, just short of $100,000 in support of UNCF this year. But importantly, we feel great about helping so many people who frankly look like me have a greater opportunity to, through education, lift themselves from wherever they find themselves. We believe that, as the previous speaker said, that we need to champion equity and opportunity. And so we're proud to support so many universities and institutions that have been around a long time that made so many opportunities for others. So on that note, I'd like to congratulate you again, Patrice, and we look forward to serving again next year and a very, very successful campaign. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frederic. Thank you, Ford Motor Company, once again. It is indeed a good day here in Michigan to sit here and know that we accomplished what some probably thought was not possible in this environment. But because of not only the commitment from the different corporations, but the passion from its employees, we are able to sit where we sit again this year. And so for that, I say thank you. We did mention the numbers where we are in real time. And I just want to put a few things in perspective. That $628,000 that has been raised, mind you, in 3 months. Let's let that sink in. So we did that. We started this campaign in May, and we are now in August. Again, a phenomenal job. We had over 460 people register to participate virtually, and 132 teams. So you take that and you think about those numbers are not that large, but to take those numbers and that amount of people to raise this amount of money in a short period of time, it's amazing. And we thank you for that. because of the efforts that we continue to put forth here in Michigan for UNCF, last year's academic year 1920, we were able to support approximately 140 students from Michigan to attend various schools with scholarships totaling nearly $2 million. And so again, just know that when you donate your $5 to the walk, when you donate your $200 to the walk, in some instances $10,000, it is definitely being used and impacting the students that we have that sit right here in Michigan that attend our HBCUs, as well as some other institutions. And so again, I say thank you. Keeping this moving, because I know this is why most of you wake up in the morning to hear what I have to say. It's time for trophy presentations. Yes, it's about the students. Yes, it's about the mission of UNCF, but it's also about friendly competition and about bragging rights that I've come to learn in my almost 22 years of working at UNCF, that it is a major deal here in Michigan. And I appreciate it because it keeps things fun and live. This is I believe, the 5th year, technically, we have done a top Greek fundraising team category. And so last year, this organization, this Greek organization, I said, I remember live that they came kicking the door in within a matter of 2 to possibly 3 weeks, and I didn't see them coming, and they came in and they just showed up. And this year they did the same thing. And so the top Greek fundraising team is none other than Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And I don't know if Katrina Camp, the newly named president of the Detroit Alumni Chapter, is on. Are you there? There she is. Congratulations, Katrina, to the Deltas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, it was our pleasure to make sure that we supported the UNCF, but it was a 5-chapter collaboration. And the 5 chapters were, of course, the Detroit Alumni Chapter, where I am currently the president of the beautiful sorors of that chapter. Also, Inkster Alumni Chapter, Macomb Alumni Chapter, Pontiac Alumni Chapter, and Southfield Alumni Chapter. And we thank all our sorors that helped us to get this trophy one more time. And we're going to keep going for the gusto.
Thank you, Katrina. As you can see, that the Deltas raised nearly $7,000 in a matter of weeks to support the Detroit Walk for Education. And again, thank you. Thank you. I know the team captain, who she and I have become buddies, because she was determined, Lisa Tompkins, to make sure that the Delta showed up once again. And so I thank her for her patience with me and getting her what you guys needed to make sure that this was a success for you again. Once again, congratulations to the top Greek fundraising team, the Deltas, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We also have another category, and it's the top mid-sized corporate fundraising team. And I love to see how I can look at the site one day or for a period of weeks, and then I see one particular team who appears to be in the lead, and then I go to sleep and I wake up and things turned around. This year, and I'm sure he will correct me to let me know how many years it's been, but this year's top mid-sized corporate fundraising team that has been by our side for quite a while is once again AAA, the Auto Club Group. Howard, congratulations, you guys. Yeah, you did. You pulled it off, and I am very appreciative for your efforts, Howard.
Thank you, Patrice. And again, that's a credit to our dedication, our dedicated team members. We are proud to do it. This is our 6th consecutive year. And I have to say, it was in the midst of a pandemic. We had some concerns based upon a lot of difficulties in terms of our interaction based on our operations. But once again, we're happy to do this great service in the name of the students who need this help the most. And we look forward to next year's challenge and doing even more.
Thank you, Howard. And that's $22,867. I want to make sure everybody knows that the deadline to be considered for these trophies was for August 13th. And so these are the winners based off of numbers from August 13th. The final category, which it always, again, amazes me that this company goes so hard to continue to reign in this spot. And as of August 13th, the number that had been raised by this company was nearly at that point half of what we've raised as a campaign and as an event for this year. And that's none other than General Motors Corporation, who at the time raised what was the $299,455. Of course, that number has since grown. But again, these are numbers from August 13th. Mark, congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you, Patrice. $300,982, but who's counting? So I think what's understood doesn't need to be explained. I mean, we took this campaign personal because a lot of us were in situations where we had to battle adversity to get a chance to go to school, to even be in the position of where we're at right now. So it's our responsibility to lead and to give back. And we take an honor in partnering with UNCF, and we'll continue to do so and keep this momentum going. So thank you, and I proudly accept this honor on behalf of General Motors.
Thank you once again to GM and to Mark and your team. It's appreciated. The students and our schools appreciate your efforts. At this time, I want to introduce to you Fred Mitchell. He's the Vice President of our Mid-Atlantic Midwest Division for UNCF, and he's going to have remarks before we get up and move and walk for education. Fred?
Good morning, Michigan, and let me just say congratulations on another great year. 33 years of helping UNCF through the Walk for Education. You are to be commended. To all of our sponsors, thank you for your support, and especially to our co-chairs, Howard, Marvin, Mark, and Frederick. We couldn't do this work without you, so we really appreciate your support and the support of your colleagues within your company. 2020 was an extremely challenging year for all of us, UNCF included, but I'm happy to say that donors like you and companies like yours allowed us to have a record-breaking year, raising over $250 million to support our students and our member institutions. We've been around for 77 years, but I believe our work is more important today than it has ever been, and we cannot do it without each of you. So I congratulate everyone in Michigan. I especially want to congratulate and thank my area director, Patrice Neal, for her outstanding work in making sure that the Michigan office continues to raise money in support of our historic mission. I hope that you enjoy your morning. You walk, you dance, you run, you bike, and you do it in the spirit of the students who we support. Thank you all very much. And always remember, the mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Thank you, Fred. And with that being said, don't forget to take your selfies, your group photos, and tag UNCF Michigan on social media so that we know that you're out there walking in the name of UNCF. And remember to stay hydrated, stay cool, and be safe. Have a great Saturday, guys. Thank you.
Join us this year
for our second National Virtual Walk for Education
as we support historically Black colleges and universities and their students.
On Saturday, September 18th at 11 a.m. in your local time zone, with celebrities, students, alumni, performances, and some surprises.
Our HBCUs and students continue to struggle financially while dealing with the ongoing pandemic and racial disparities. But you can make a difference right from home.
Log on for fun, celebrity appearances, a live DJ, and much more.
Register today or donate at uncf.org/National Walk. Help us as we work to ensure better futures for students
and our HBCUs.
HBCU, stand up. Like Jefferson. Hey, go. My HBCU, better than yours. My HBCU, better than yours. My HBCU. south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. Either from the SWAC or the MEAC. Come on. The CIAA or the SEAC. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're family. Either from the SWAC, from the MEAC, the CIAA or the SEAC. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're still family. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better. You can be from the SWAC, from the MEAC, the CIAA, or the SEAC. At the end of the day, we got your back because we're family. We're family, family. From the SWAC, from the MEAC, the CIAA, or the SEAC. It don't matter where you're coming from, because we are still family. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. Come on. Come on. My HBC is better than yours. Hey, come on. My HBC is better than yours. We still family. Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? My HBC is better than yours. Hey, we compete, but we still family. Remember to rep your HBCU and say this real loud. My HBCU better than yours.
America, it's time to show your support for HBCUs and urge your members of Congress to support the passage of the HBCU Ignite Act, which will make critical investments in repairing, renovating, and improving the infrastructure of campuses of historically Black colleges and universities. Because of a history of discrimination and underinvestment, 90% of HBCU surveys say they desperately need repairs to nearly half of all their buildings. Research facilities and learning centers are in disrepair and represent a threat to the health, safety, and well-being of students they serve. The solution: the HBCU Ignite Act would level the playing field for HBCUs and make investments too. Install high-speed broadband to support digital learning and tech capacity. Create world-class research and science laboratories. Create new, state-of-the-art classroom facilities. Preserve historic buildings. And repair, renovate, and replace campus infrastructure. But they can only do this with your help. Please go to uncf.org/HBCU Ignite to contact your members of Congress and urge them to support and pass the HBCU Ignite Act. For more than 75 years, UNCF, the United Negro College Fund, has worked to combat deep-rooted obstacles to higher educational access, achievement, and career success, annually providing financial and educational support to our 37-member historically Black colleges and universities, and more than 60,000 students attending over 1,100 institutions across the United States. Your support as a workplace campaign donor is critical to our efforts. Donations like yours are the second largest source of unrestricted dollars for our students, allowing us to provide funds for tuition, room and board, books, and unexpected emergencies. Emergencies like adjusting to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank you, UNCF.
Thank you, UNCF.
Thank you so much to UNCF for all of the opportunities that you guys have brought into my life.
I'm now able to apply knowledge to innovation, economics, and entrepreneurship.
I'm so happy that I went to an HBCU and got connected with you all because it really has progressed me as a person.
So, whether you decide to help by giving once or often, know that your support truly makes a difference. Talented, deserving students come from all walks of life. One of life's great equalizers is that at some point, we all need help. And as we manage through the current COVID-19 pandemic, remember, one of these promising students today may just be the next doctor, nurse, teacher, or technologist who changes your life tomorrow. Please give what you can. UNCF, our HBCUs, and our students appreciate you and your donation, no matter how big or small. Thanks, and always remember that a mind is a terrible thing to waste.